Mosaic is brought to you by these generous sponsors and underwriters. Learn how you can support Mosaic by visiting jewishpalmbeach.org. Good morning. I'm Barbara Kay, here with Susan Pertnoy. Welcome to Mosaic, Jewish Federation of Palm Beach County's weekly news magazine show. Mosaic explores Jewish topics here in the Palm Beaches and around the world.
It's not every day you get to sit down with someone who has reshaped an industry, but today we get to do just that with an Israeli fashion designer named Sharon Tal.
We'll hear how, at a young age, Sharon has reimagined an iconic brand that faded to obscurity. We'll see how Sharon brought the brand back to prominence with a focus on social innovation and embracing the melting pot of Israel.
We'll be right back with Sharon's fascinating story right after this short commercial break.
Please consider supporting Mosaic's generous sponsors at Bruce Gendelman Insurance Services. Visit gendelman.com today for your expert consultation.
Live the way you want to live, in the luxury you deserve. At Morse Life's Tradition, choose a floor plan that suits your lifestyle and make it your own. Impeccable service and the gold standard in specialized signature healthcare. Live healthy. Live happy. At Tradition is where the living is easy, every day and in every way. Your home. Morse Life. Tradition.
Interested in a different kind of Israel travel experience? Join dozens of local community members for a personalized journey through Israel during the country's 70th year of independence. Israel Your Way is Jewish Federation Community Mission to Israel in June 2018. 5 immersive tracks will explore Israel's technology and innovation, arts and culture and cuisine, spirituality and religion, politics and security, and even a track for first-timers and families. Learn more and sign up while there's still space at israelyourway.org. We're here with Sharon Tal, the head designer of Maskit. Sharon, welcome to Mosaic. And I want to ask you, you've got such an interesting story. How did you get started in the fashion world?
Hi, thank you. I'm so happy to be here as well. So I started in the fashion world. I think it comes actually from home back in my childhood because my mother was a fashion designer and I came quite early to her. So she was used to actually, after I was born, she used to do my clothes. So I think it came from home. And then after I did the army, I thought to myself like, okay, what should I do next and what should I study? And somehow I got to fashion. Like it was something very natural for me to take the exams and study fashion.
Well, you were recruited by quite incredible design firms and teams.
Yeah.
Lanvin, how did you get started with them?
So with Albert in Lanvin, it was actually because when I was in second year at the university, so he came to visit our university when he was studied there actually. And when he came, like they chose few students to show him their work, and I was one of them. And actually, after he left, I said I have to contact him, and he remembered me, and he said, "Okay, you can come for an internship." And then I came that summer, and then the summer after as well, and it was quite amazing. I loved it. I loved this experience. And I think that this was the point that I understand that this is the kind of fashion I want to do.
So then you also worked for Alexander McQueen, correct?
Yeah, in London.
That's something.
Yeah, that was amazing as well, because after I graduated Shankar, my college, me and my husband, we moved to London, and over there I was like, okay, what should I do? Like I wanted to go to Paris to work for Albert, but he got accepted to University of Chicago in London. So we said, okay, we're gonna be there. And then I thought to myself, okay, McQueen was always an inspiration, and it's quite a long story, but I'll just summarize it that I was like Israeli rude and I came to the studio without any appointment and just asked for a meeting, and I met the embroidery designer and started there as a freelance, and then when he left and to work for Givenchy, I replaced him.
Well, embroidery plays a very large role in Maskit, so
Yeah.
you learned your skill set at
McQueen, yeah.
Yes.
I never knew what embroidery is before McQueen, and I became the head of embroidery department in McQueen. I was the embroidery designer, and I was like, okay, what should I do now? And I kind of learned it by the time, and when I came back to Israel, I decided that I have to do something with this one, because in Israel we didn't really use embroideries. And when I heard about Maskit and I heard the story of Maskit, and embroidery were very big part of the company, so I said, okay, I have to revive this brand.
Well, I must say, and I don't know if our viewing audience is aware, Maskit started in 1954 by Ruth Dayan, the first wife of the well-known General Moshe Dayan, and it was started as a social impact project to help immigrants, provide them with tools for
Yeah.
earning money.
Yeah.
Yes? So
Yeah.
do you want to expand on that?
Yeah, sure. Like when Ruth, actually back in 1954, Ruth used to work for the government. And when a lot of immigrants, newcomers, came to Israel, she was sent by the government to teach them agriculture, because they lived in the villages next to the big cities and they didn't have work, and there were like a lot of people. And she was sent to their homes to teach them agriculture, to start working. And then when she came to those villages and visited their houses, she saw how they were wearing like beautiful garments with embroideries and jewelries and rugs and curtains. Everything in their home were so different, and in each village it was different, because some came from Yemen and some came from Morocco and some came from Bulgaria and Hungary. So each one was different, and she was so excited about it, and she said to herself, like, I'm not going to teach them agriculture. They have such a talent. We need to use it. So she came back to Tel Aviv, and she met a very talented designer, Fini Leitestov. She was an Hungarian designer that lived in Israel. And she told her, like, you know how to do those beautiful European patterns. I can bring those beautiful and different and very unique embroideries and jewelries, and together we can combine and do something really different. And that's how Maskit was born.
Well, and what's also very interesting, it was government owned. So
Yeah.
the government really was a big integral part of the company,
Yeah.
because they were providing a way of income for impoverished people.
Yeah. The government, they didn't like it at the beginning, as Ruth is telling, because they said like they should do agriculture, they should develop the country. But then after it was so successful, like 2 years later, it was already a successful brand all over the world and sold a lot of money. And it was governmental, so it was a very successful governmental company. So they really appreciated it then.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
sure they did.
Yeah.
And you were Maskit was in vogue in
Everywhere,
stores all
yeah.
over.
Bergdorf Goodman, Neiman Marcus, Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, Times, Life, everything.
And eventually times changed and styles changed, and it went private. The company went private, and I think
After Ruth left in 78, and then Fini, the designer, left a few years after, and then the company, the government sold it to private company, and almost 20 years later it was shut down in 94.
And we're going to be right back with the continued story after this brief message.
Coming up, more from our interview with Israeli fashion icon Sharon Tal.
Please consider supporting Mosaic sponsors at Lesser Landy & Smith. Visit lesserlawfirm.com to learn more.
Honor the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. this year by creating a positive impact in your community with the Jewish Volunteer Center. On January 15th, you can join together with hundreds of people to lead high-impact volunteer projects around the Palm Beaches during the Jewish Volunteer Center's MLK Day of Service. You can see a full list of volunteer opportunities by visiting jewishpalmbeach.org/MLK. Welcome back, and we're here talking with Sharon Tal, the head designer of Maskit, and we're just about to hear how you convinced Ruth Diane to allow you to resurrect this iconic fashion house.
It wasn't that easy, actually.
I know.
Yeah, when I came to her at the first time, I didn't really think I'm gonna revive this brand. I just wanted to hear about Maskit and what it was, and to know how she made this company be so successful and so big. And then I fell in love. I fell in love with Ruth. I fell in love with the story. And I thought...
She fell in love with you as well.
I guess.
Yes, she did.
She needs to say it. But yeah, it's like, I think like lots of people came before me and wanted to do it. And somehow when I told her after like few meetings, I told her, Ruth, I don't want to do anything similar. I just want to do this. I want to do Maskit. And she was like she didn't really believe we can do it because she was disappointed many times before that. But then she said, okay, let's go. And we did it.
How did you keep the integrity of the company yet bring it up to current times?
So Israel changed so much since then, since the 50s till late 80s. Like back then they had factories, they had fashion weeks in Israel that people from all over the world came to see it. They had big fashion houses. Now we don't have anything for this industry. It's like something very poor. Like we don't have factories, we don't have schools to teach the professional side of fashion. So it's really hard to find seamstresses and embroiderers. So it's really hard, but we keep the inspirations. So we take the inspirations, which are like the main inspirations are the melting pot Israelis, the geographical points, which are very special, and the historical side. So we take all of these together and we put them into the clothes, but we do it in a modern way. We do it in modern colors and modern fabrics and modern patterns. And we try to combine the craft, the authentic craft, handmade craft, everything is handmade, with the very classic patterns.
So, but you still utilize the artisanship of the various immigrant communities. What community sews your product?
So we have that atelier in the studio, and in the studio we have mix of people, but they are all Israelis. But we have Russians. We have like I'm half Moroccan, half Turkish, so I'm also kind of like different culture in the studio. We have people from France. We have Bedouin. We have Arabian ladies from Jaffa, and
a melting pot. Yeah, so it's a melting pot.
Yeah, it's with definitely a melting pot.
Fabulous quality, though.
Yeah, the best quality. Like we keep the best, highest quality we can do.
Can you give me a highlight of Ruth Diane's influence over you in terms of motivating you to be in this business?
Yeah, of course. Ruth is an amazing person. And I wish if she could come with me to Palm Beach and you could all see her in reality. Like she's a legend. She's almost 101 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and she's so active, and she's like, her diary is just full of meetings, her schedule is booked ahead, and she's like, I see her myself like her when she was my age. Like she used to travel and tell all the world about Israel and Maskit, and like spread the good word about Israel. And for me it's really important. This is for me it's a part of Maskit, of doing Maskit, to actually talk and spread the reputation of like Israel as something, the beautiful Israel, the beautiful side of Israel. And Ruth this is her meaning, like this is her life mission to do it. And she's over 100 and she's still doing it, and she's still amazing, and she's still...
She has quite a lot of energy.
A lot of energy.
You actually went to Moscow with her. What was she?
Yeah, she came with me to Moscow.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness!
Yeah.
How was that experience?
It was very funny. Like she came with us and she worked with us almost all day long, and she stayed until very late at night. And then after the show, she just wanted to go dance.
Really?
Yeah, it was so much fun. So much fun.
She sounds like a very special mentor.
Yeah.
Does she come to your atelier?
Of course.
Often?
Like at the beginning she came more. Now, you know, she becomes older, and then also like she trusts us already. So when something happens, she comes, and when there is a new collection, we show her. And yeah.
That's very special. You're very fortunate to have that opportunity.
I feel like it, yeah.
How difficult is it to become an entrepreneur in Israel?
I think it's not easy anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter if it's in Israel or it's in America or if it's in Thailand. It's just a hard thing to do. Like to be self-employed, to have workers, to pay the bills, and to produce the best quality and very unique. And every season you have to do it all over again from the beginning. I think it will be hard anywhere. It doesn't matter where you're based. So
it's a work ethic. And what do you tell young women who want to get started in fashion now?
That it's really hard, but if that's what they like, so they will be happy. It's just, I'm happy. I work around the clock. I live half of the time in America and half of the time in Israel because I'm doing trunk shows all over the world. But I love it. I love it. I love being tired because I'm working. So
and how are you going to expand Maskit internationally?
First, we are for the past 2.5 years, we are doing those kind of events together with a lot of organizations that we are having a presentation or a fashion show all over the States and also in Europe. And then we do the trunk show. And then in the trunk show, people come and buy the product. So they become our ambassadors, like they become our leaders in the place they are. And second, next year we're going to launch the proper launch in the US, in New York.
That's wonderful. As a matter of fact, you're coming in January to our Palm Beach Federation.
Oh, I'm so excited.
We are too. We can't wait to see your clothing.
Thank you.
It's wonderful. And we're going to take an opportunity to walk with you and see some of your beautiful fashions.
Yay, let's do that.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Coming up, we'll take a look through how exactly Sharon Tal has reimagined a once forgotten brand.
Please consider supporting Mosaic's generous sponsors at Bruce Gendelman Insurance Services. Visit gendelman.com today for your expert consultation.
Live the way you want to live in the luxury you deserve. At Morse Life's Tradition, choose a floor plan that suits your lifestyle and make it your own. Impeccable service and the gold standard in specialized signature healthcare. Live healthy. Live happy. At Tradition is where the living is easy, every day and in every way. Your home. Morse Life. Tradition.
Please consider supporting Mosaic sponsors at Lesser Landy & Smith. Visit lesserlawfirm.com to learn more.
Sharon, before we look at the beautiful clothing, you also have accessories that you produce, but I want you to talk about the plates because I think they hold special significance.
Yes, the plates are actually ceramic plates that we are doing with the community of the Bedouin in the south of Israel. When we had a request to do like a homeware, we thought about this artist, Zinab. She's a Bedouin lady that actually the first one who did art instead of like staying at home with the kid. And when I saw her work, I thought that it will be amazing to create something which is designed by Maskit but made by their community. And we opened the factory over there, and we produced 6,000 when all the ladies of the village came there and actually did the ceramic by hand and embroidered and wrapped it and everything.
So you're actually giving them a skill set to impact their lives. It's really a wonderful opportunity for these women.
Yes, it is.
And they're beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, they're like very unique and very different and very, very, very beautiful.
And it must make you feel good that you're empowering them.
Yeah, we're trying. Like now we finished this project. We are now starting a new project. So we're trying to keep it working as much as we can.
Which goes back to the roots of Maskit
Yeah.
that Ruth started.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Thank
now
you.
let's see your iconic piece of the desert coats.
Yeah, the desert coats are the iconic pieces of Maskit. It's an iconic collection, and each season we do it all over again, just in different fabrics, different patterns. So the classic one is actually this one.
It's
It's a coat which made of one piece of fabric, and then it's all connected by hand with embroidery. So you can see here that it's all embroidered by hand, and this one is also something we now teaching the Bedouin ladies to do. So we will stitch everything in the studio, all the leather and cashmeres, and then we will embroider it in the villages of the Bedouins. This is how it looks like.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Really beautiful. And
Thank
the
you.
material is just delicious, so soft.
It's virgin wool or silk and wool or cashmere and wool. It's a very fine material.
Then I know.
And then we have it also for the people who lives in summer all year long. So we have it in linen and in cotton, in rami, which is a very elegant fabric. So we have it in all kinds of fabrics, lighter ones and heavier ones. And of course, we do lots of embroideries. So this embroidery is actually made of mother of pearl. It's a drawing that we did, and then we cut the pearls, the mother of pearls, by the shape of the drawing, and then we embroider it by hand.
Oh, that is spectacular. Look,
Thank
and then
you.
you have the silver thread running through it.
Yeah.
It's really, really beautiful.
Thank you. And in addition to the classic collection, we have the dresses and the evening gowns. So this dress, for example, is made, handmade of course, with embroidery of the talit, the prayer shawl. This embroidery is actually very hard to do, and we studied how to do it in the studio, and then we do it for like very special dresses.
Wow, that's really something. How long does something like this take to make?
It's like weeks, if not months. Depends how much we have.
It's really, really beautiful. Do you how many people are capable of embroidering a piece like that?
You just need to find them, and if also you can just teach them. You know, that's what we did. Like not like when our embroiderers in the studio, they didn't know how to do it before we taught them. So
it's
there are
really
lots
beautiful.
of people who can do it. Yeah, thank you. Another piece, which is very familiar with Maskit, is actually a scarf. So we have few scarves, and it's all hand drawn with acrylics and watercolors and pencils, and we do it by hand, and then we print it over silk, so it can be like a shawl or a scarf or like pareo, and it's like, for me, it's like an accessory it's like a jewelry almost. You don't need anything else.
Oh, that's beautiful as well. Oh, your line is spectacular.
Thank you.
Earlier you mentioned that you were influenced by so many different cultures in Israel. Can you show us what the different cultures are represented here?
Yeah. So for example, let's see where the dress is. We saw it here. So for example, this dress is inspired from a Yemenite embroidery. Okay, so if you see it closer, and you will see it closer when I'm going to be in Palm Beach, you'll see that it's like all made with kind of a lace that we created. The Yemenite embroidery is like the ancient one. We're all about lines of embroidery which are different from each other, and it always was in the hem of the sleeve, of the skirt, of the collar. So we did it on this dress. in a modern way.
Right. That's very interesting.
Thank you.
Beautiful too.
Thank you.
And what about this dress with the Bedouin influence?
Yeah.
Oh.
So this dress is actually inspired from the galabia. The galabia is like a very classic a dress of a Bedouin and Arabian people. So we took it to this modern place. It's very like resort and holiday and
Hostess.
yeah, hostess. So we took it to this place, and those ornaments are inspired from all those ornaments of the ceramic, of the drawing on the ceramic of the Arabian art.
Oh, your collection is spectacular.
Thank you.
And I really thank you for joining us.
Thank
and
you.
I look forward to seeing you
Thank
in
you, me too.
January at
Oh my
our
God,
Jewish
I'm so
Federation's
excited.
event.
Thank you.
Thank you. Want to see Israeli fashion icon Sharon Tal speak in person? Join me and other dedicated women in the community at Celebrating Women. This is Jewish Federation of Palm Beach County's flagship event for women in our community. Celebrating Women is on Monday, January 19th at 11:30 a.m. at the Hilton, West Palm Beach. Interested? Learn more and RSVP today at jewishpalmbeach.org/celebratingwomen. Interested in a different kind of Israel travel experience? Join dozens of local community members for a personalized journey through Israel during the country's 70th year of independence. Israel Your Way is Jewish Federation Community Mission to Israel in June 2018. 5 immersive tracks will explore Israel's technology and innovation, arts and culture and cuisine, spirituality and religion, politics and security, and even a track for first-timers and families. Learn more and sign up while there's still space at israelyourway.org.
Live the way you want to live in the luxury you deserve. At Morse Life's Tradition, choose a floor plan that suits your lifestyle and make it your own. Impeccable service and the gold standard in specialized signature healthcare. Live healthy. Live happy. At Tradition is where the living is easy, every day and in every way. Your home. Morse Life. Tradition.
Mosaic is brought to you by these generous sponsors and underwriters. Learn how you can support Mosaic by visiting jewishpalmbeach.org.